I'm now at Jarji Jalora inside the shelter, and I've laid all my gear out so that I can do a stock take, but also to let people know what stuff I've been carrying on this walk. So I'll start with the backpack. So there's my backpack there, an 85 litre beast. The reason I've got 85 litres is because I want to be able to put things in it without stuffing things and being short of space. Now, lashed underneath it are my camp shoes, and under that is my mealie mat that I use when I'm getting in and out of the tent, or any time that I don't want to hurt my knees. In the pockets, we've got these pockets here. In the left pocket, I've got bug spray, spare shoelaces, a bit of line if necessary, some lip balm stuff, some earplugs in case I'm forced to sleep next to a tent where someone's snoring. Then we also have on top of the pack this thing known as a brain, and it has things in it that you might want to get in a hurry. So first of all, I've got blister stuff, sunscreen, not my first aid kit, that's got everything in it, a waterproof notepad with a pencil over here that has Gorilla Tape on it. And while I'm on the Gorilla Tape, one of my walking poles suffered a bit of a fracture. So what do you do when you get a fracture? You put a splint on it. Anyway, that's worked out really well. So I've got matches, waterproof matches, and a special container for emergency waterproof matches. I've got a personal locator beacon. I also have on the backpack this Garmin InReach Mini, which is similar to the PLB, but it can send messages for help and that sort of thing. Next we have this little lamp that I use in the tent. It's which is very handy. It's purely solar powered, so it sits on the outside of the pack and gets charged during the day while I'm walking. This thing here is a mini twig stove, just in case I ran out of gas completely and needed some form of cooking stove. In here is my credit card and some money. That's the Gorilla Tape and a pencil. This is patches and stuff for the tent in case it ever got a tear or a hole in the netting. This is a toilet bag with toilet paper and sanitizer in it. This here is a bag that I use if it's raining and I want to be able to use my mobile phone. I can put it in there and still use it and it doesn't get wet. Attached to the brain is this Swiss Army knife, which has come in handy because when I wanted to saw the top of the stick here to make the splint for my pole, I was able to use the saw. The first aid kit and everything goes into this pocket, and I've got that tab on it so that if anyone needed to access it quickly, they can see easily where it is. This is just the cloth I have on the outside in case I need it, but I also use that when I have my bird bath of an evening. Now over here at the charging station, Tom was asking about the charging stations. This is the sort that we have in the shelters. I've got my headlamp here that's charging nicely. This is my battery pack. It's only small and light, but it works really well. So at the moment it's charging my phone, which I think is about 100%. Yep. So now that it's charged the phone, it's charging itself. I keep it inside this bag. I keep all the electronics in this bag and inside that one because you can't afford those to get wet. Now when it comes to food, what I do is this is tonight's dinner set aside. Then for the next day for lunch, I put all the stuff that I'm going to need to pull out of the backpack for lunch. I put that in this bag so it just sits on the top of the pack. and I can just pull it all out. I've got my stove and everything there to get lunch ready. Of course, I'll need to use these tonight and tomorrow morning. These are my 2 water bottles that each hold a litre of water. I carry those as extra if needed. This here's my food bag where I carry all the food for the trip, and this is for breakfast tomorrow. I also carry some Voltaren and what are those? Oh, they're magnesium for cramps and that sort of thing, and for a good night's sleep supposedly. These are just sundries here, spare gas, sunglasses, cleaning thing, pegs. Don't know what this one's for. Oh yeah, that's for the rubbish. This here is my filtering system. So I get water out of the tank or out of the creek or whatever and connect it through this filter, which is here, and then it it's gravity fed and also works the siphon effect as it goes through and fills up the bag. You can see that there's some in there already, and what I do is when I get into camp, the first thing I do is filter water for this bladder, which then goes inside my pack, and you'll see inside the pack there's a special pocket for it, and I always make sure I put that in first, because what you don't want to do is have your pack all packed up and then try and get the bladder in. Okay, now here's the sleeping stuff. Obviously that's my sleeping bag. This one here is my air mattress. This bag comes with the air mattress and is used to blow it up. So you attach this, open the bag up and then squeeze it and the air goes in, so that you're not breathing into it and causing mould to grow. I also use this air sack as a dry bag. You'll see at the top here it's got this dry bag sort of opening, so I can put the sleeping bag inside that, so it's extra waterproof. This thing here is another sleeping mat that goes under this one to make sure that no punctures can come through the floor of the tent and pierce the sleeping mat. Now when I get into camp, I've got a red t-shirt which is out there hanging out to dry outside on nature's clothesline. I take that off because it's usually wet with sweat. Ooh, March fly. It's usually wet with sweat. You die. And so I put this on, which is a polyester top, and it's sort of fleecy inside. So what I do with that is I use it to cover my pillow, and my pillow consists of this dry bag with my down puff jacket stuffed inside. So I put that inside the dry bag, put the dry bag inside the fleecy side of this jumper or top or whatever it is, and that makes a nice soft pillow. Okay, over here we have ablutions stuff. So I've got sanitizer, that's called Wilderness Wash. It's a sort of concentrated soap. I like to have a hanky each day, and so I've got one for each day in those plastic bags. Toothbrush, toothpaste in that, dental floss. These things are little towels that swell up when they're wet. So if I can't have a bird bath outside using the bucket and everything, and I just have to have a wipe down in the tent before I go to bed, then I can use one of these. They're quite handy. A brush for my beard, of course. I like to have my beard neat when I'm walking. This is a sort of anti-chafing stuff. This is a toilet trowel. I haven't had to use it on this trip, of course, because we've got toilets everywhere, but it also works as a shoehorn. Here I've got spare socks. Oh, I didn't mention my sleeping attire. So before I go to bed, I have my thermal top, my thermal pants. I've got that nice warm cap, and I've got bed socks. Now I think that's covered pretty well everything. The only other things are my shirt out there that's drying, my gaiters, bandana, anti-blister socks, and my hat, and that's everything. So that's what makes my I forgot to mention the tent. That is my tent with the fly and ground sheet all together, all fit neatly in that packet on the back of my pack. These things here are spring-loaded hooks, so that when you're sleeping on a wooden platform, the hook goes down between the cracks in the platform, and you hook your tent onto it. So they go down like that, and you just twist them, and then the tent is anchored like that. Very nifty little things. Okay, so that's the end of the tour. So if anyone's got any questions, let me know. Now this is my water bucket. It only weighs a few grams, but it will hold 10 litres of water, which means I can do my washing in it. I can also use it for my bird bath at the end of each day. A very handy item, I must say.